And Wentz said it's a fine line. He will take a little time holding on to the ball, but he believes he can make a play. Flips it downfield. Oh, perfect touch to Alshon Jeffery. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 30 rushing yards for Philadelphia as a team. Wentz will throw it. And hooks up with Alshon Jeffery down the field.
120!
The only thing they haven't had a 100-yard receiver in a game yet this season. Alshon Jeffery will have an opportunity to get there. That's his 5th catch of the day. Brandon Marshall with the tackle. It covers 17 yards. He now has 80 yards. Wentz steps and throws. Touchdown! Alshon Jeffery. The Eagles are pouring it on.
Survived and kept the number and made the team as an undrafted free agent.
Out of Wisconsin, and now Wentz going deep. What a catch by Alshon Jeffery. He's in. Touchdown. "53 yards. Wentz to Jeffery.
Kenny, that's why they went out and got him.
What's going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. Not only are the Eagles playing fucking great this season, but the Eagles have extended. And I should have made a video earlier, but I was at work and I was really fucking busy. I was dying to make a video and I couldn't. But now I'm here. I'm back now. The Eagles have extended Alshon Jeffery to a 4-year deal. 4 years, $52 million, 26 guaranteed. And he fucking rightfully deserves it. Alshon Jeffery was a guy that the guy that I wanted in free agency. That was the #1 guy I wanted. The first guy we wanted signed. Torrey Smith was signed. As soon as Torrey Smith was signed first, I didn't think we were getting him. But Alshon turned down incentives, turned down the Vikings wanting him to go to Minnesota. The Bears offered a contract, and the Colts were in negotiations with him too, but he decided to play for less money this year and play for himself and play for a quarterback that he thought that would be very good. A guy that he watched last year playing the Bears, of course. You know, I think it was week 2 of the season last year, going to Soldier Field and taking over the Bears that game, which Alshon Jeffery had a very good game. I'm happy. As you can see, I am happy. I can't wait. Alshon Jeffery in the future, I just can't wait to see what this guy's bringing to the table of this offense. You know, he's not necessarily, you know, he's a #1 receiver, but he, you know what, I think he's a true #1 receiver, but at the same time I don't, because he's got some nice special, you know, he's got some really special talents that a lot of players don't have. You know, between his size, his arm length, and the way, you know, he could jump up and get those 50-50 balls, which I've seen a million times that Jay Cutler was throwing to him when he was in Chicago. But the chemistry was not there beginning of this year. I mean, he had 1 touchdown against Kansas City, and that was it. Other than that, he kind of disappeared for a while. And I didn't know what was going on. A lot of passes that were thrown to Alshon Jeffery were pass interference calls. And on top of everything else, Wentz overthrew him a good amount of times, which I'm not going to lie this year. So he did it a few times. I think he did it in the Chargers game. He did it in the Giants game. Did it a few times where Alshon could have had some crazy yards. But, you know, for a guy that literally has 600, what? He has 619 yards, 612 yards, something like that. I think 12 or 19, those two numbers. One of those two numbers, 12 or 19. He has over 600 yards receiving right now. Mike Rowe, the new wide receiver coach, I think is putting a fire under these guys. And, you know, Mike Rowe coached Alshon Jeffery at Chicago, where he had a 1,000-yard season. And there's a good amount of games left, so Alshon Jeffery could get 1,000 yards. Do I think he will? He can, if he's targeted enough, because the ball is just going everywhere. And he's really showing, how much of a weapon that he is on the field. I love Alshon Jeffery for what he is. I've always been a fan of Alshon Jeffery, especially when we played the Bears last year. I remember I said, better watch out for Alshon Jeffery because he will take it to our fucking corners all fucking day. And he's got that height, he's got that fucking length with his arms, his body, 50-50 fucking balls. But this is great. I mean, honestly, the 2 moves that I wanted done already got done. And a lot of Eagles fans wanted these 2 moves done. A new contract for Timmy Jernigan, and now a new contract for Alshon Jeffery. Well deserved from them 2 guys. I said as long as those two guys are signed next year, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. All right, because this, you know, he deserves the money. He does. He does. He's been playing a lot better. He's been showing what he could do. And he's been very productive late in this season already. So, I mean, we're already over 600 yards receiving. I'm happy with this guy. I really am, because it's showing, you know, I think $1 million in incentives, too. I think it's an extra $1 million in incentives as well on top of that contract. Yeah, when I saw that news this morning, I was like, wow, this is quick. This is very quick. I mean, not only is that D-line, there's a lot of money in that D-line right now. You got, what, $35 million for Curry, $102 million for Fletch, I think $48 million for fucking Timmy Jernigan right now. Now you got, you know, $26 million for Alshon. You know, so it's we're starting to lock guys in now, so we can build around those guys. You understand? We start locking. That's what we did last year, or I think a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when we locked in Malcolm Jenkins and Zach Ertz and Vinny Curry. We locked in those guys. This way, they were good. They were done. We don't got to worry about it. They can start building around those guys now. And as soon as we got Carson, you know what I mean? We added more weapons to it, and it's been a major success this season. And I can't be any proud of this team as I am. I don't care what you know, the rival fans say. All I say to myself is I love this team. I bash this team when it deserves to be bashed, and if I see a player not trying, if I see a player talking shit, if I see a player that's not reaching his fucking ceiling where he should be, I'm all on top of that. I don't care if it's for my own team or whatnot. You know, I get on top of all that shit. I don't care. I don't just root for them when they're winning. As you could see last year, I made a fucking ton of videos. Being 7-9 last year, I made a ton of videos. You know, how disgraceful this wide receiver core was, how disgraceful this running back fucking duo was. It just wasn't productive, and Wentz couldn't do anything. I mean, he threw for over 3,600 yards, whatever the hell it was. But you know, he's just had trouble. He started 2 days late, you know, 2 days before the season started. I'm obviously going to be done this year at least talking to. You know, I'm trying to make videos and I try to do things right. And you know what? It's fine. You know, I don't do the videos right. I don't fucking say the right shit. I don't like, you know, I don't give a fuck what you guys think. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Okay, whoever supported me on this channel from day fucking one, I mostly appreciate it. If anyone's new that came here and has supported me so far, I really appreciate it. Because I do this, I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing this for you guys because, you know, I want to talk to other Eagles fans. I don't mind talking to rival fans. I don't mind talking to any fans in the NFL. But, you know, going back to the Alshon Jeffery signing, very, very good. I mean, it couldn't come at a better time. I think they wanted to get this shit done. I think Alshon was going to be happy with whatever he got, really. Just because, you know what? I think Alshon would take any deal that came his way because honestly, he knows that he's in a good situation right now, not just making money, but playing in a good offense with weapons all over the damn place and him looking like the star that he is. And he really bloomed late in this, you know, middle of this season, and it's been absolutely fucking fantastic. And I couldn't be happier. I really can't. The guy has worked hard. He hasn't slacked off, and he really loves this city, and that's all you could say. If you have a guy on this team that loves this city and loves to play first quarterback and doesn't care about it, especially a wide receiver that doesn't care about his own statistics. It's a great duo with the quarterback and him. You know, Alshon Jeffery quoted during his press conference that he wants to make Carson look good. He wants to make Carson an MVP this year, and it's looking like that's happening. It's really looking like that's happening right now. It really is, and I couldn't be any happier with the moves that we made this past offseason. Plus, now you're locking in more guys, and Alshon Jeffery and Timmy Jernigan were the two signings that I wanted done by the offseason, and those moves are already done. And I can't be any happier with the results of what they've done. And honestly, at least we know that when we see it, the front office is seeing the same thing we are, and that's a great thing. So I'm highly, I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm excited that Alshon's gonna be here for a good while. So I'm really happy because he's putting in work. He's putting in the work. If he puts in the work, he reps those fucking wings on his helmet, and he goes in there and fucking bleeds this fucking team's fucking colors every fucking day, every week. You know, he deserves what he gets, and honestly, that contract is well deserving. Timmy Jernigan, another contract well deserving. Going to be one of the best D-tackle duos in the league, and honestly, the NFL teams are going to have to deal with Fletcher Cox and Timmy Jernigan in the middle. They're going to be a very, very tough 10 years, especially with Derek Barnett now in the mix, and he's rising to the top as well. With, you know, the 6 sacks that he has now as a rookie. He's rising to the top as well. So a lot of moves could be happening this offseason. Could Derek Barnett become a starter next year because of Vinny Curry? Could Vinny Curry, if Vinny Curry's building a lot of fucking value right now, could they trade Vinny Curry next year because Derek Barnett's rising very slowly and getting better each game? Could they do that? Could happen. It really could. So I'm like I said for the millionth time, very excited. Should make everyone feel good in that locker room, and we got the Seahawks tomorrow night, and I can't fucking wait. It sucks we gotta wait all fucking day to watch this damn game, but you know, it's gonna be exciting. So that's all I really want to talk about, guys. But number 17, I'm glad to have you with us, Alshon Jeffery, and to be an Eagle for the rest of your career. I hope so, and keep doing what you're doing. And let's keep this fucking train rolling, and let's roll it into Seattle and get this W tomorrow. All right, guys. See you guys later. Peace.